Okay, today is November 1st, 2024, and is accurate for Buffalo, New York. Appropriate, I guess, is November is normally a gray month. The sky is gray, it's about 50, there's a 20-mile-an-hour wind, most of the leaves are down, the trees are gray, a little bit of color left on the ground, but you know, soon that will all be gray also. So it is November is usually a gray month in Buffalo. Now, with that being said, we will have to say that yesterday was Halloween, October 31st, and I think we hit a record. It was 80 degrees, it was sunny, it was beautiful. I had a massive head dizzy spell, but besides that, yeah, so today is more appropriate for November in Buffalo. All right, one of the things that we've been preparing for is this transition from this bridge. As you can see, this is a bridge, and if we go on the side, it's kind of hard to tell with all the leaves, but let's get down low, and you can kind of see that there's a bridge there, because this is a waterway right through here. And the water does get above that bridge level in the spring and on a heavy downpour. Now, this normally would be pretty muddy already, but it's been very dry, so it hasn't been. But it will be. We live in Buffalo. It will snow. It will get muddy. So the question and the let's clean this off here so you can see. So we need to transition from here over to here where we've made our boardwalk along the side for when this whole thing is 4 inches of mud. So I need to transition from there over to here. And now it's probably hard to see, but let's see if we get low, if you can tell. But right through, where's my finger? Finger. Right through here is a waterway. It comes and goes underneath here. So my thought is to put like 7-foot planks across here. The water can run underneath. We can walk on top, and it'll give us a transition from when it's muddy, from the edge of the bridge up through to, I'm thinking about here. And I don't quite know how to make that transition yet, but I know that this part in here needs to have some boards, and that's why I've been sawing a lot of them and putting them on the side for that purpose. So let's measure. All right, so we're at 76, so let's say 7 foot. So we need 7-foot boards that would go from here all the way. Let's see where 7 foot is up here. Hang on. So 7 foot is here. Okay, so 7 foot gets us to, I believe that's our tape measure here, so that's 7 foot. All right, so we're going to look for some 7 foot. And do we need a full 7 foot up there? I don't know. Could even be like 6 foot by the time we get up there. Yeah, but definitely we'll start with some 7-footers here and transition our way up to there. So that's one of the plans that we're going to start. And now going up the other direction, this part here, hard to tell, but it has a lot of roots that go across, but it's also part of a little waterway that comes down to here. So the plan was to put some flats in this section also. All right, so let's see if we can see the terrain here. So this is at a pretty slope over here, and this is pretty level here. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to put a full 7 or maybe put 3.5. So it has a It fits better, although we do want the water to be able to run underneath because the water does come down here. So maybe we'll get a couple boards and just start placing them in, not final, but just to get a start and see what we get. Alright, so here's our bridge across our swale. Kind of hard to see with all the leaves. But that's 1.5 inches by maybe 10 by almost 7 foot long. And what we want to do is this bridge, I think it's like 74 long, split into two, so I can lift the pieces. But this is what we got. Let's see if we can tell them. So right up through here is kind of like a channel where the water runs. We want it to run through here and then go downstream. So I think we're going to put that board on top and see if we got enough space for the water to run underneath. And you can see this is a board underneath here. I had that level on that board. I might have to get a couple, looks like it's 1.5 inches, so maybe I'll get so I have an 1.5 inches pressure treated and put it there. I'll leave a space so the water can come down this way. Alright, not exactly what I was thinking of. I was thinking the bridge would sit on top of that, but then I think it's going to be too high. I'm not sure, but it definitely has enough room for the water to go through. Alright, I like this better. I moved this board to be underneath a little bit, give it a perfectly good surface, and now we have enough room for water to get underneath there. And then this is all stable right across. 2x4s. I think they're 30 inches long. Alright, let's try putting another board up here. Alright, we got our second board down. We dug out a little bit there and just a little bit there so it'll sit level. Not rocking. It's got good water clearance going underneath. Might need just a little bit of fill there and a little bit of dirt fill there, just so it doesn't have too wide of a span. Alright, so we got this, we got this side in. But you know, I dug down. See, there's a waterway that comes right down near that side, right where that is. And I think I have to raise this up by like 3/4 of an inch, just because the water's coming down. I think it's got to be a little bit higher, and then we'll get another board next to it. But I think this one has to be higher. Let's have a look down low. Yeah, see, I dug down pretty far for that. The water flows down the surface here, so I think that one's got to come up like 3/4 of an inch, and then I'll get another board next to it. Alright, I think we need some 3/4 pressure treated something for underneath for, what do you call it when you level or you raise it a bit, blocking. And I don't think we need a full 7 foot here. Let's have a look. Realistically, where that tree is, you know, if we had maybe 6 foot, 6.5, it's probably plenty. Alright, so I made another load of planks, but I haven't cut them and put them in place, but this is kind of what we're thinking. So we keep our clearance underneath here for water. We'll add a little bit of dirt on this side just so it's not as long of a span, because those aren't the strongest of logs, but that's going to be like the only spot that really needs to carry weight, because we'll put dirt over there and then we got dirt on this side. Yeah, so that's kind of the thought. We got these. We gotta like place these in place, and then on this side I think we got a couple more that we gotta cut and put in. And I think if we look at it from the other direction, this is kind of where the channel goes, and I think we're going to go up to this tree root, because this part is like the part that's usually wet, because it's pretty same elevation almost as the middle of the channel, the swale. So that's always like muddy, and the tractor gets stuck there. So I think once we get up to like this point here, it's a little bit better. So we're going to get some more planks up to here and make a channel for the water to go underneath, and yeah, fill that in a little bit of dirt so it doesn't have too much of a span. Well, I'd have to say that was a pretty good hour or two of just bringing some planks and brainstorming and see what looks good. Yeah, we'll keep it going. I think if I get up to this tree root right here with planks, armoring, I'll be happy on this side for a while. And I think on this side we need to get past this tree, and then I have to work out a transition to go that way.